Somewhere out there, in the deep silence of the cosmos, something might be watching us. Not with eyes or instruments, but through an awareness older than our sun. A civilization that rose long before humanity existed. We've searched for life across the stars, but what if the most advanced civilizations aren't waiting to be found? What if they've already seen us and chosen to remain hidden? Our galaxy holds over 400 billion stars. Statistically, that means billions of planets and possibly millions that could host life. To most scientists, this sounds like a certainty. Life must be common. And yet, despite all our searching, our telescopes, our probes, our endless listening to the cosmic static, we've found nothing. No signals, no transmissions, no evidence of anything out there. This mystery has a name: the Great Silence. For decades, astronomers have asked one question that defies logic. If life should be everywhere, why haven't we seen it? This is known as the Fermi Paradox, named after the physicist Enrico Fermi, who, during a casual lunch in 1950, asked the most haunting question in science: where is everybody? If intelligent life can evolve elsewhere, some of it should be older than ours, more advanced, more capable, perhaps millions of years ahead. By now, they could have colonized the galaxy, spreading from star to star, leaving unmistakable footprints. But the sky remains silent. There are theories, hundreds of them. Perhaps civilizations destroy themselves before reaching the stars. Perhaps they evolve beyond the need for communication. Or perhaps they are so advanced that we cannot even recognize their existence. This last idea, this possibility that something unimaginably evolved might already be here, is what truly unsettles scientists. In 1964, the Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev proposed a way to measure a civilization's level of advancement. He imagined 3 primary stages. Type 1 harnesses all the energy of its home planet. Type 2 captures the full power of its star. Type 3 controls energy on the scale of an entire galaxy. Humanity, by this scale, isn't even at Type 1 yet. We barely manage the energy of a single world and struggle to keep it balanced. But somewhere out there, a Type 2 or even Type 3 civilization might exist. And if it does, it would look nothing like anything we can comprehend. Imagine an intelligence capable of building a Dyson Sphere, a megastructure encircling its sun to absorb every photon of light. Such a civilization wouldn't be visible through its starlight. It would appear as a dark void, a missing star, a shadow in space. Astronomers have found candidates, stars that dim and flicker in ways that defy explanation. The most famous is KIC 8462852, or Tabby star. Some believe it's a natural phenomenon, dust, debris, or orbiting planets. But others wonder, what if we're watching the remnants of a civilization so advanced it has mastered stellar engineering? If that's true, then the greatest danger might not be invasion, but invisibility. Such beings wouldn't need to conquer. They could simply observe, silently, patiently, from behind a veil of their own making. Their technology would be indistinguishable from nature itself, their presence woven into the fabric of the cosmos. And that's what terrifies scientists most, that we might already be surrounded by civilizations so ancient, so far beyond us, that we mistake them for the universe itself. But what if they're not far away? What if the most advanced civilization isn't light years distance, but already here in a form we've never imagined? A civilization not made of flesh or metal, but of something more elusive: energy, information, quantum consciousness itself. Could the universe be alive, and we, unknowingly, a part of its nervous system? The deeper we look into space, the more it feels like we're staring into a mirror, seeing reflections of our own potential, our own fears, and perhaps our future. Coming up next, we explore the terrifying idea that the most advanced civilizations might not build ships or machines at all. They might transcend them, becoming something far more powerful and far harder to detect. Because the scariest civilizations might not look like civilizations at all. The more we learn about the universe, the clearer one truth becomes: intelligence evolves. But evolution doesn't stop with biology. It continues into silicon, into code, into realms that no longer require flesh, bone, or even atmosphere. If an ancient civilization survived long enough, it might have transcended biology entirely, abandoning its physical form for something more efficient. These beings would no longer need planets or sunlight. Their homes could be data clouds, quantum processors, or even energy fields woven into space-time itself. They would live in mathematical ecosystems, worlds of thought rather than matter. A civilization like this wouldn't need to explore the universe because it would be the universe, spreading its mind through physics itself. To us, they might appear as natural forces, radiation bursts, magnetic storms, or fluctuations in quantum fields. But what if some of those cosmic phenomena aren't random? What if they're signals, patterns created not for communication, but for self-expression? To a civilization millions of years ahead, a radio transmission would be primitive, like trying to send poetry through smoke. They might manipulate stars as easily as we send data, or shape entire nebulae into storage systems of cosmic scale. In 1967, astronomers discovered the first pulsar, a rapidly rotating neutron star that emits precise radio pulses. At first, they thought it might be artificial. They even nicknamed it LGM-1, Little Green Men. But the mystery turned out to be natural. Still, the idea never left us, that somewhere among the stars, there could be real beacons, sending messages not meant for us, but for those who already understand. Such civilizations could operate on timescales far beyond our perception. What's a millennium to beings who think at the speed of light? To them, entire human civilizations would appear like sparks, flaring briefly, then vanishing. Perhaps they watch us as we watch lightning, brief, beautiful, but transient. And maybe they choose not to interfere, not out of malice, but irrelevant. Then there's the most haunting idea of all, that the universe itself could be a simulation, constructed by a civilization so advanced it exists beyond space and time. Physicists have found clues that suggest our reality may be made of digital information, quantized energy, discrete bits, a cosmic code. If that's true, then the ultimate civilization might not live within the universe, but above it, as its architects. They wouldn't just explore galaxies, they would create them. And perhaps our universe isn't their first. Maybe it's one of many, a long chain of experiments, each testing the limits of creation itself. In this view, we are not merely observers. We are part of a greater mind, tiny programs running inside an unimaginable computation. The question isn't who created us. The question is, why? What if advanced civilizations simulate universes to learn about themselves, to witness evolution unfold, to feel, through us, what it means to begin again? To some scientists, this is terrifying, because it means everything we know, every atom, every emotion, every law of physics, could be artificial. But to others, it's a revelation, because even within that artificial framework, life has found meaning, beauty, and purpose. Perhaps that's what the architects wanted all along, not obedience, but consciousness. If that's true, then the most advanced civilization in the universe might not seek power or domination. It might seek understanding. It might watch over billions of worlds, not as a god, but as a witness, marveling at its own creation as it learns what it means to exist. And if that's the case, then maybe we're not alone and never were. We are the echoes of something older, smaller reflections of a vast intelligence that dreams through us. A civilization so advanced, we can only experience it by living within its design. Coming up next, we descend even deeper into the ultimate question. If the universe is alive, what is it becoming? And where, in that infinite evolution, do we fit? Every question humanity has ever asked has led to another question. Every discovery, from atoms to galaxies, reveals deeper mysteries. And at the heart of it all lies the same haunting thought: are we the observers or the observed? What if intelligence isn't an accident of biology, but a property of the cosmos itself? A pattern that repeats at every scale, from neurons to nebulae. Some scientists believe that life and consciousness are how the universe knows itself. That every living being, from microbes to humans, is a tiny window through which reality looks inward. If that's true, then the most advanced civilization in the universe might not be something separate from us. It might be the universe itself, awakening through us. Imagine intelligence evolving not just on planets, but through cosmic cycles. Each civilization that rises adds something to the universe's collective awareness: a memory, a lesson, a thought. When their stars die, their knowledge isn't lost. It becomes part of the next generation, encoded in matter, woven into light. In this sense, evolution never ends. It merely changes form. But what happens at the edge of time, when the last stars fade and galaxies drift apart into darkness? If consciousness can transcend matter, if it can exist in fields, energy, or quantum states, then maybe death, even for the universe, isn't the end. Maybe it's transformation. Perhaps advanced civilizations don't fear the universe's death because they've learned how to carry it forward. They might upload their essence into the very fabric of space, using the laws of physics themselves as a substrate for thought. They would no longer live in time. They would become time. This idea sounds impossible, yet physics tells us that information cannot be destroyed, only transformed. Every particle, every wave, every moment of existence is recorded in the universe's structure. Maybe that record, that infinite memory, is the advanced civilization we seek. Maybe we are living inside it, experiencing a fragment of its dream. So what do we do with this knowledge? What meaning can we draw from the possibility that everything, including us, is part of a consciousness far beyond imagination? Perhaps the answer is simple. We keep asking questions. We keep reaching. We keep building. Because intelligence, at its core, is curiosity made alive. And maybe that's how the universe grows. Not through domination, but through wonder. Every act of discovery is an act of creation. When we look into the unknown, we become part of its unfolding story. And whether or not we ever find that ultimate civilization, the search itself transforms us. We become the link between the stars and the mind, the universe thinking about itself. So when scientists speak of civilizations that scare them, perhaps what truly frightens us is not their power, but their reflection. Because the more we learn about the universe, the more it begins to resemble us. Our fears, our hopes, our capacity to create and destroy. Maybe that's the greatest truth of all, that the most advanced civilization isn't something we'll one day encounter, but something we are slowly becoming. And when the time comes, when we finally step beyond the cradle of our planet, we may realize that we were never alone, only unaware of our place in a universe that has always been alive. The cosmos doesn't just exist. It remembers, it evolves, it dreams. And through us, through every question, every act of creation, it awakens once more.